Welcome back to another episode of The Art of Volunteering. I'm your host, Stormy Bell. Today, I'm sitting down with two new friends from Lycoming Arts or Williamsport Lycoming Arts up in Lycoming County of Pennsylvania. I have Debi Burch, and she's the president, and I have Beth Armanda, who's the vice president. Now, everyone in this organization is a volunteer. So I know that they have some really good experience for the different types of questions that we're going to have today. So welcome. I'm so excited to have the two of you with us.
Thank you.
And just to start off, you have some lovely pictures behind you. Can you share a little bit, like
Sure.
who and what? Let's just start there.
Yep, absolutely. So we are actually seated. Our space contains our galleries as well as our office space and kind of our prep kitchen and all that kind of stuff. So behind us is what we call College Town Gallery. So this is artwork from Lycoming College, a Lycoming College student who is actually our intern this semester. So her name is Hannah Rochester.
Awesome.
And she is from Brooklyn, New York. And we were excited to kind of put Hannah on display, as it were.
Yeah, so last night was actually a First Friday. So she was our featured artist last night in the student section of our gallery.
Oh, that's so exciting. Now I'm going to make the assumption this is her major, or is this just a passion?
It's graphic arts is her major. Yeah. She kind of double majored.
She wants to go into programming.
Yeah.
Really?
I
bet this would be
developing in programming. So
yeah, she's really interesting and has an interesting background and is very quiet for as bold and beautiful as her artwork is.
Yeah.
So we
she's been a
pressed
great
her.
addition.
Yeah, she's a great addition, and we've pressed her into service. She's helping us do a lot of logo type items. We've got some new logos we've been working on, and she's been working on that, as well as our newsletter, which we like to get out every month. So we've kind of pressed her into service. Our interns somewhat always do our newsletter for us, and we love that. We like to get them very involved.
Yeah, we actually have another intern from Lycoming College as well, and she just works with me for First Friday in our committee. So we have two. We're very lucky that we've been graced with the college to help us with their interns. So it's been great, a huge help.
Yeah.
Now, First Friday is more of a newer concept around, kind of, no, or has it been around for a long time?
Next year, we'll be celebrating our 25th year.
Really?
Williamsport First.
I just know from where I'm in Pennsylvania, closer to Philly, and it's newer. There's towns just starting it. So I thought it was like a post-COVID type thing. But 20, would you say 20, 25 years? What was
Next year will be 25.
That's exciting.
Next year will be 65 for Lycoming Arts. So we'll be celebrating our 65th year in existence.
Yeah, we're already planning for that season. It's going to be really exciting.
It is.
That's awesome. So what First Fridays gallery, what else do you do? Like how are you integrated into the community?
The gallery is actually part of our Arts in the Neighborhood committee. The gallery space, the kids' crafts, those kind of things come under Arts in the Neighborhood. But because Lycoming Arts does do Williamsport First Friday, and we solely run that, we decided that would be the perfect time for us to launch our new artists every month. I mean, we're already bringing the crowd. So the way we've incorporated that is, we do build them both together so that we have a, nice cohesive product to put out to the community. Everything is free to the public.
So Lycoming Arts is the umbrella organization, but there are 6 different committees underneath it. So there's First Friday, and then Arts in the Neighborhood, which is what Debi was just talking about. We also have Public Artworks, and they do art installations throughout the city, like large scale mosaics on buildings or sculptures, things like that. They're currently working on a a water feature at a community garden at the hospital.
Mhm.
And then we also have a film component, storytellers, and performance art. So there's a lot of different committees underneath Lycoming Arts. It's not just First Friday. We do
Okay.
all different sorts of things.
By far, First Friday is our most visible.
It's our most visible, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay.
We,
Right.
it's a
And-
festival.
Yeah, but we're really building on a couple of the other committees. So, and
Yeah.
I would also say that there are a number of people that know about our public artwork.
Oh,
They
yeah.
just don't know that we do it.
Yeah.
So that's
Okay.
our challenge is that, the whole branding thing, even though every one of them has a plaque that says, presented from Lycoming Arts to the community, blah, blah, blah. But, people tend to not read that.
I
Yeah.
understand. Yeah.
We try really hard to, get people to understand that, we are the umbrella organization that does do most of the art in our community.
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
been,
And to that end, we've been approached, this year in particular by several other organizations that, have come to us and said, look, you guys know how to put on events. We need your help. Will you partner with us? And while we don't like to tell anyone no, it's really thin, but it's exciting as well. It's a lot of fun, and it's opening up some new doors for us.
Yeah, and the city. I mean, it's wonderful to have all of these different things.
And even the county. I mean, our community is going to benefit throughout the county with these things.
Yeah.
So
we worked with a different organization on a Christmas event for a couple years, and then we didn't do it this past year. But now Lycoming College is interested in kind of picking up a new version of that event, which we're really excited about because, we love the Hallmark movies and stuff. So we love our little town, and we want everyone else to as well.
Right.
Well, I like your little town. You're all volunteers. Where do you get your volunteers from? Are they artists? Are they just business leaders? Or are they community leaders? Like who volunteers with you?
Yeah, it's kind of all across the board.
Okay.
A few of us are business owners, but also art lovers. And community, we have community support from people who have been involved in the arts for many, many years. And we have, I guess we do have some people that are somewhat artists.
I mean, I have an
it's
art
not-
background. That's not my career, but I do have an artistic background, which is what brought me to the organization because I am a creative and I love to, help the vendors come up. And, we actually had a few vendors over the years who ended up opening up their own stores. So this is kind of like their first stop on their way to their dream. And it's fun to help that out.
Yeah, we're all about their economic development of our local.
You're kind of like an incubator for some of these
Yeah.
artists.
We give them a safe place to hatch, and then we
And they outgrow us, which is what we want.
That's right.
In a good way. It's all good. That's so amazing. So how many volunteers do you have, or do you estimate that you have?
Well, we have 12 on our board of directors, and then every event requires different numbers of volunteers. And then we also, up to 10 or 12 probably per event.
I would say.
And then we do some partnering with Ryder Park and the Robert Porter Allen Nature Preserve. And then we partnered with Bucknell for one of those. And so we're partnering with a lot of people, but they're all also volunteers. So we're bringing a lot of different volunteers together, I would say.
Yeah.
Plus we have volunteers that work on our website and our social media and, all those kind of things. Social media is a little bit, I think he goes above and beyond what he's actually contracted for. So I consider him somewhat of a volunteer.
Oh,
also.
absolutely. Yeah.
But he does a great job for us. I think people love what we do so much that they're,
they want to be a part of it. We've actually, we used to really try to go out and get volunteers, but now people are actually coming to us, which is so much nicer.
Love. Yes, of course. Wearing a t-shirt from your company.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
So, okay. We've covered a lot of my questions, so I have to move on. Hang on. So, Can you share a story of impact? Something where you've seen like what you do with all the artists and how either the artist was impacted or the community was impacted? Anything come to mind?
Well, I mean, for me, what comes to mind the most about that, in addition to the artists getting launched and getting, viewed more because we've now added them as gallery pieces on our website, is the fact that the community is really becoming very recognized, and people are coming from all over to come to First Friday. I mean, for instance, I would say Oswego, New York.
Oh yeah, we were on Facebook. I don't even think they were an organization yet, but they were just a group of people who saw what we were doing in Williamsport, Pennsylvania online, and they wanted to replicate it in their little town in Oswego, New York. So they came down. We invited them down to an event and said, just come see what we do. And, we'd love to help you create this. So we had a really great conversation with them and kind of kept in contact. So it's been, that was the first time I realized how far our reach really was.
Yeah.
Outside of our little downtown.
I know. It's wild because you really don't recognize until people reach out to you and comment. We get a lot of comments. They're from well beyond our, our little Lycoming County area. I guess Lycoming County is pretty big. So I guess, but still, we're getting people from several hundred miles outside that are commenting and coming, which we love.
Yeah.
So it's not just about Little League anymore.
Right.
No. So now we have the sports-minded and the art-minded. It's a very well-rounded experience to come to Williamsport.
Yes.
And additionally, we also have, our trails. We're basically considered the southern opening of the Pennsylvania wilds. So we're the gateway from the south to the Pennsylvania wilds. So we really incorporate pretty much something for everyone. So as we like to say, come for the night, stay for the weekend, because there is so much going on here. The music here is phenomenal, in addition to our visual art.
Yeah, like this whole weekend, they're doing a jazz festival in town, which is
nice,
fun. Yeah.
And we have the Blues Fest here.
We have a blues festival in town. We don't do that, but there is
it's
a lot going on here. Yeah.
So there's just a lot to do. And, and of course we have the river and the river walk. So, there's something for everyone, really.
We have some artwork on that river walk too. One of the public artworks pieces is on the river walk, which is nice.
Really?
Yes.
When I'm back up, I'll have to go check that out.
Yeah, check out the Woodhick.
Very cool. Okay. My question I ask everyone, can you share a blooper? Now, a blooper does not mean something went wrong. It just didn't go as you anticipated it going. And what did you learn from it?
Well, I think when you're throwing an outdoor event every month, you always have to, just hope and pray the weather holds out for you. But that is
sometimes Mother Nature laughs at us.
Yeah. So there have been many, many times where the weather has not cooperated, but there was one particular event where everyone had just gotten set up. The event hadn't even started yet. And this crazy gust, I mean, it was almost like a tornado you couldn't see came through, and tents went flying and no one got hurt and everything was okay. And then after that, everyone set back up and the event went on like nothing had even happened. And I can't tell you how many times that does happen. Like last year, I swear it rained at 4:00 every single day.
You were running around going, lower tents, lower tents. But they all survived.
And we had an event every single time. We didn't get a full washout once. So knock on wood, that happens again.
I know. We've had a little chat with Mother Nature. I feel like she's on our side. So.
I don't think I asked this. So can you tell me why you volunteer? And I want both of you to answer that. Why do you volunteer? Why do you volunteer at all? And why do you volunteer with Lycoming Arts?
So I grew up in a household where people volunteered. I mean, my parents volunteered. I learned volunteering from an early age. I was pressed into service volunteering for many of their passions. And interestingly, my mother was on Lycoming Arts Council when it originated. So that's kind of interesting to me. I didn't find that out till I actually joined Lycoming Arts, and one of the one of the older auxiliary members had said, "Oh, I remember working with your mom when we started this thing." And I was like, "Oh my gosh." I mean, I was really little, but anyway, I'm not even sure I was born yet when they started it. So at any rate, so I grew up volunteering. I grew up even in college volunteering, and I've always loved art. I have several artists in my family. I kind of dabble in art myself on the side a little bit. I did have a business for a while doing some things arty, but so I love it. I have a passion for Lycoming Arts, and I have a passion for Williamsport. So I love my community. As Beth said before, we're very Hallmark. I mean, I think they could write a story about us here, and everybody would really enjoy it. But yeah, I mean, I've volunteered in so many capacities. I've been on so many board of directors, and I find that, maybe I'm just bossy. I don't know.
Thankfully, because we need a good one, and she is a good
As long as you care, people take that along. They don't mind being boss if they know that
Right.
you really care.
Yeah.
How about you?
So I'm from Williamsport as well, but I left town after college and went to a city, and thought I was going to be away forever, and then ended up moving back. Been back for now 15 years, and when I came back, I really, I just fell back in love with the town. I wanted, if I was going to live here, and I was, because my family and everyone is here, and I wanted to make this town as good as I could. Like, I wanted to participate and help. And, I love to throw parties. So I had been on a couple different volunteer organizations, and found my way to Lycoming Arts, and just fell in love with it. It's where my heart is. I just love it here. I actually literally live in this building.
Okay.
You're done.
But yeah, I love Williamsport so much, and I just want to make it a great place for other people to love.
That's awesome. I so appreciate that. Okay. We are at the end of the interview, or I don't like interview, our conversation. So I'm going to give you the platform, the floor. I want you to love, like capital letters, love on Lycoming Art. Maybe something we didn't discuss that you really want people to know. Maybe something like why they should check you out. Whatever. Just love on Lycoming Arts.
Well, I mean, obviously, you should check us out because we have so much going on. I think our website is a good place to start, and also our Facebook. If you're into Facebook and Insta, those are good spots to look. For the younger crowd, we're working toward TikTok, and
We're getting there.
We're getting it. Yeah, but it's a process. But so we do, in addition to First Friday, like we said, we are launching new artists every month. We're launching student art every month. There will be months that we have youth art, which is, we call our YART gallery, Y''ART, and youth art will incorporate the school districts. So the, kind of the West Branch Valley school districts will participate, so that we're hitting most of, our area, Lycoming County. And we have both Penn College and Lycoming College that participate in our college town, but we've also had Mansfield participate in our college town gallery. Nice. So we're open and welcoming to everybody. I would say we're doing workshops, so always check out that. We have an adult workshop coming up in Clay, which we're partnering with Ryder Park, so there'll be a nature part of that incorporated. That will be a 5-week course. And we have, like Beth had said about our new committees, storytellers. We're looking to put together an adult book fair to launch storytellers, because this is a new process for us. And storytellers will encompass authors and illustrators and those kind of people, in anticipation of building to a storyteller's walk through Williamsport, which will go from Lycoming College to Penn College and all through the town. We'll incorporate the library and the bookstore. Otto Bookstore is the oldest privately family-owned bookstore in the country, and it's right across the street from us. So we love to partner with them, and we like to love on them. Check out Auto Bookstore.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also then we're bringing in the performance art. We have a great theater here, Community Theater League, and of course the Community Arts Center. But we're building a place for people to kind of launch from here and get involved in some of the other things. Our thing is not to take over what other people are already doing, but to collaborate with them and
Bring awareness to what they're doing.
So we're working very hard to not step on any toes, but also get the word out to people. So I think you would like what you find here. I think that people would really be, I mean, the comments that we've received are that people are in shock about all we do as a volunteer group with no paid staff. And I mean, other arts councils have come into our area. Bradford County came down and said, we couldn't believe what all you guys are doing without a paid staff member.
Yeah, we spend a lot of hours doing this because we love it.
We do love it.
And we are now, I think, for me at least, because I've been here for about 5 years, finally seeing the payoff and, you know, the rewards in the faces of the people who come to our events and our galleries. And, you know, a lot of the other places in town, like restaurants, there's a coffee shop down the street, Tria Prima. Now they have a featured artist every month.
They're vegan, which I love.
Yeah. And gluten free.
Yeah, we both love that.
Yeah. But the restaurants will, they have an artist every month. So everyone is kind of embracing this, you know. Oh, and the Taste of Williamsport is our connection to the culinary arts. So we have partnered with the restaurants. So every month they'll do, on that weekend, they'll do a taste of something new. So you can go around and just, you know, you don't have to eat a full meal, but you get to go around and have a little taste of what these restaurants are offering that month. And it's been really fun.
Right. Our goal is to then, you know, introduce people to the restaurants so that after First Friday,
they'll go back.
And feel free to try things that they may have been hesitant about doing. It's an exciting.
But every month we hear people say, "Oh, I didn't even know that place existed," or "I never even saw that," or so we're always learning. You know, it's been a lot of fun.
Well, and we're going to have 14 brew pubs here soon. So
wow.
I mean, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Town arts.
Yeah.
We're not all just drinking, but you know. Here and there doesn't hurt anyone.
Yeah. One more thing I do want to say is that most, I think, if not all, other than the workshops, everything we do is free. Like it's all a free service to the community. So, you know, there's no charge to come to First Friday or to come to our gallery and see our artists, or, you know, even some of the restaurants don't charge for their taste.
For the public.
For the public. Yeah. So it's been great.
Right. We love it. We want you to love it.
Yeah.
Come
to Williamsport.
Yeah, come to Williamsport. Come for the night, stay for the weekend.
You're making me want to just come to visit, like Williamsport, not necessarily as much as I want to see my family, like not to see them, like but
come
to spend the
anytime.
night on the town.
Yeah. Come anytime. We'd love to see you.
Our outdoor events are from May to October for First Friday. So
nice.
Then we're going to pick a December event.
Yeah, the Christmas one.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you, ladies, for being on The Art of Volunteering today. I so appreciate it. And I know my listeners will enjoy your energy and just hearing about all that you're doing with Lycoming Arts. So to my listeners, if you were motivated to get out to go visit Williamsport and see this incredible art, I ask that you go to your platform where you listen and just rate and review, because that helps more people to hear about what's going on. Our goal is to restore the fabric of our society through volunteering, and this is a great way to do it. So thank you, and I look forward to seeing you next time on The Art of Volunteering. Have a great day.